If it's true.
Good morning and welcome to Irreverent Knits. Happy day after Thanksgiving. Woo! We're out of our
15 pounds over your weight limit day.
Yes, we are out of our tryptophan comas. I hit mine very early. We'll talk about Thanksgiving in a few. But I am Tracy, owner of Low Country Shrimp and Knits, and this is Judi, owner of Maggie Loves Yarn, and we are irreverent. And we knit. So that's why we're
Sometimes we irreverently knit.
A lot of times, actually.
That's called the cussing as you're taking something out.
Or putting something together, or following patterns that make no sense. There's a lot of irreverence just with our lives. So you're welcome. We think we could share that with you because you can live vicariously through our good times. So tell me, how was your week and your holiday and all that fun?
It was good.
Tell me about it. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I cleaned. I had to clean because we had 12 people over yesterday.
That is your cleaning.
I made cranberry walnut bread from scratch. From scratch, not a box.
Oh, excellent.
Very
Did you
good.
boil those cranberries into submission?
No, I didn't have to. They came fresh. All I had to do was chunk them up.
Oh, okay. So she chunked up the cranberries.
Chunked them up. I made 2 loaves. It was quick bread.
Yes.
And I only had a little bit left.
Love that.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I didn't bake any pies. God, no. And I made my squash casserole. Martha Stewart's cat. If you want the best summer squash casserole, Martha Stewart's.
Squash and
so
casserole.
Good. Oh, no, it's
sign
so
me
good.
up.
And you put cheese in and breadcrumbs and just a pinch of cayenne pepper.
Give that
And
a
it gives
extra
a
kick.
Oh, it's
Little
so
extra
good. Everybody
kicks.
brought stuff. We had cranberries. Somebody spilled cranberries. I saw on my new tablecloth this morning, so I don't know who it was. Thank God they left before I found out. I was
Kept trying to get that
putting the
stain out.
OxyClean on it.
Yep.
But we had that, and we had stuffing, and we had salad. And you know what? We had it at noon this year instead of like 3 or 4.
Really? That's
Well,
But then weren't you
because-
hungry again at you have round 2 or 3 or 6?
The reason why we did it, we always do it at like 4.
Yeah.
But our friends who moved to Somerville came down, and they're like 80.
Yeah.
And we
And it
didn't
gets
want-
dark at like 2:30 in the afternoon
and that's an
now.
hour and a half drive back.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we'll have it at noon. So I think what happened was, which was really cool, because usually people bring a lot of appetizers and cheese and crackers, and they just sit there.
Right.
Well, this year nobody ate any breakfast because they knew we were eating at noon,
Right.
and we were still waiting for stuff to come out of the oven.
Right.
So people snacked and stood around and talked. And
Right.
I was like, well, this is nice.
That's fun. That's fun.
It was nice. So, yeah, we had a good time. We just sat around the tables, and I had 2 big tables set up, and we had a good time.
Yeah, that's the best part of
You
Thanksgiving.
ran a race.
Oh my gosh, Thanksgiving.
I stayed in my pajamas. She ran a race.
So my daughter wanted to. We had this little, turkey trot in our neighborhood here in Bluffton, South Carolina, and so my daughter's like, "Yeah, I'll run that with you." She's done one when we lived in Montclair, New Jersey. She ran. It was called the Donut Run, and the day we ran that, it literally was 24 degrees out and so cold, and she powered through it. So I'm like, all right. So we got our sneakers and stuff because she hasn't done this in a while. So we get there, and people are cute. They get their little hats on and everything. And so we take our obligatory picture, and then we get out. We're starting to run, and I'm like, all right, this will be like a fun little jog for me. Well, my daughter got about a mile in, and she's like, I am questioning every one of my life choices right now. Why did I do this? I'm like, I don't know. So I ran backwards because I'm like, come on, you can do this. And she's like, why have I chosen this? This is my, and then she just starts to go, I can't, just leave me here and go along.
Not that she's dramatic.
Come pick me up at the end. I'm like, I don't even know where we are, and somewhere in the neighborhood. So needless to say, we walked a lot of it, but we did survive.
But it was a memory.
We did survive. It was a memory.
What a great memory.
It was a memory.
You should scrapbook that.
Oh yes. Well, I have my own method of the scrapbook. So we did complete it. And we laughed. And at the end, she's like, "You do this for fun? Just what is wrong with you?" So that was our start to the day, and then and then we did have our good friends over, and every bit of it was catered, and God loved it because every bit of it was catered. So it was lovely. I made you this cookie, and by made I mean I ordered it from. Look how cute this little guy is. I don't know if you can
I love
see
sugar
it.
cookies.
So this is from our friend Donna
thank
Schramm.
you.
So
Somebody
she
ate
does
its
little
legs.
It might have been me. I don't know. So Little D's cookies.
I didn't bring any bread. I'm
here
sorry.
in Bluffton. No, it's all good, but you always need a cute little cookie.
A pound of sugar in it, and I figured you.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
that one Emmeline picked out for you because she said it looked like it was a little crazy. So
turkey
she thought
for a turkey.
Yeah, she
there
thought you would enjoy the crazy
Yes,
turkey. So
Thank
yeah, so
you,
our friends came over and we brought at first, they came over on one. And so we had some hors d'oeuvres out, and I broke my rule because I've been training for this marathon. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to be a good girl. That lasted about 37 seconds, and then the champagne came out. So we had some champagne, and then we were like, woo! And then we're like, oh, it's already like 5. We should probably eat. So we got down. Now we're watching the kids. The kids are outside. It was nice and beautiful out. It was kind of overcast, but it was like 70 degrees, and so the weather was perfect. The kids were outside. I'm like, why did Emmeline just leave the house with a knife? And so we're like, should we inspect or watch? So our friend Stacy's son Gavin was Emmeline. We have this tree out back that is this bitter orange, and I don't know. It's kind of it's more like Florida, but so it's not an orange like you would traditionally eat. It's very bitter, kind of like a lemon. And so I don't pick them. I don't know what to do with them. I guess you could make something with them. But
Tangelos?
No, they're not. They're just these. They look like lemons, but round lemons, and they're bitter like that.
Kumquats.
Maybe. I don't know.
I bet they're loquats. They're
Maybe
called loquats.
Maybe.
Yeah, I bet you they're
I don't know what.
loquats.
I'll bring one in. You can try it out. But
Okay.
so they've taken lacrosse sticks.
Might be
and
poisonous. Let her try
It's fine. Judy will like it. It's fine. So I see them. We watch out the window. I'm like, let's just watch and see where this goes. They've got lacrosse sticks and they're beating the hell out of this tree. And these things are all showering down on them. I'm like, okay, where are we going with this next? Now they've taken a steak knife and they're cutting these things and then force feeding themselves like, and they're eating it. I'm like, oh my God. So they're outside.
Control. Just be on standby, okay? I'm going to put you on hold in case we need you.
I'm like, it's both our kids, right? So you're not going to sue me for poisoning your child because he's just as involved as she is. They're like, yeah, no. So they're eating like, got it.
I bet they're
Take
loquats.
a bite.
Yep, I bet they're loquats.
So this is going on. Then the other 2 kids and my daughter Lena come downstairs wearing these garish wigs. So we've got them all dressed up like emo teenagers.
drinking the champagne?
I don't know what they were doing, but nobody was fighting or crying or bleeding. So lies. My husband was bleeding because he also chopped part of his hand off with the serrated knife, and I'm like, okay. And because my husband never half-asses anything, I'm like, is it still attached? And he's like, that's fine. Just give me the super glue. So we're reassembling his finger with super glue, before everyone got to the house. So no, I can't say no people were harmed in the making of this Thanksgiving because my husband self-harmed, but not intentionally, of course. But yeah, so they came down and then they decided to dress Gavin up. He comes downstairs. He's a good sport in this blue wig with big ponytails down to his waist, and then they take a little tour of the neighborhood, and we're like, have some champagne, and should we cook something? I don't know. These kids are probably starving. So
2 years ago it was 85 degrees.
I know.
On Thanksgiving.
I know. I remember. This one was about 70, so it was great. The kids were outside.
Yeah, we remember because it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And there was a group of about 6 or 8 of us that we always met once a week and in the driveway just to stay safe.
Right.
It was bring your own food,
Sure.
bring your own drinks, sit apart from each other. If you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go home.
Right.
And that's the way you kept it. So we were
safe in your community.
I always have Thanksgiving at my house. So
Right.
there was just the 6 of us, and we're like, well, we don't know what to do. And I said, let's do this. Let's have a low country boil. If you've never had a low country boil,
you need one. Hence the name.
Crab legs, shrimp, potatoes, corn,
So good.
sausage.
Yeah.
And I said, we'll do it outside. Because in that way, nobody has to be in the house. Nobody's
And everything's
cooking with
getting
the
boiled to
heat
death.
and the steam and
Right.
everything from food. We'll do it outside. Somebody bring dessert and somebody bring a salad. And then everybody kicked in $20 a person. And my husband went and got everything. It was beautiful. Each couple had their own table. It was the best day ever.
Fun.
It was
That's
so much fun. And in fact, so many people wanted to do it last year. We're like, okay, well, the price of everything had gone up so high.
I know,
it
was crazy.
Yeah, we can't afford it.
Yeah.
It would be almost $50 a person.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's sometimes it can be
We ate
outlandish.
crab legs till we were sick. It
Oh,
was so good.
see, that's the best. And that was our night. So Stacy and I were like on the couch at like 7, like, is it like midnight or what? I'm so tired.
Oh, everybody was out of
And
our house by 4.
No,
It was
we
great.
were like 7 o'clock, literally, and she goes, "Oh my god, I wore these Spanx pants, and that was such a bad choice because it's cutting up me. I can't breathe." I'm like, "I know, girl." And then I opened the fridge, and the cranberry sauce jumped out at me and tried to kill me. And so there was cranberry sauce all over my leg. I'm like, "There's cranberry sauce in my Pradas. There's cranberry sauce in my Pradas, people." So it was, That's how we rolled on things.
We were good. We were good. Everybody was out.
No,
by
we
4.
took care of your crazy. We took
Because
care of the crazy for you.
JC and Fred had to be on the road, so it was really a nice day.
Yeah,
we
my
ate
girls-
at 12:30, and everybody stayed
that's
around. We had a
lovely.
good time, and I did not eat any dessert.
What?
I did
I
not
ate your share
eat
as well.
any
I ate
dessert.
one of everything that was brought, and
I
there
was
was quite
so
a few.
good. I was so good.
Yeah.
I feel fine, and my pants fit this morning.
Okay, so that's I feel
So
fine
that
today.
means I can eat anything I want during the Christmas
That's why
season. Candy canes,
that's why all of
cookies,
it
you
is
name
here.
it,
For
I can have
fudge,
it.
whatever is what is up in your mix. Yeah, Lena, I know the girls had fun today because they both were like, "Oh my god, my stomach hurts so bad from laughing."
Oh.
So I was like,
Well,
that's a sign.
last Friday we went and met Pat and JC at Tio's, which is a restaurant right next to Kroger's. And they had said, well, we'll pick you up. And I went, no, don't pick us up because we got to go grocery shopping
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
So I had 2 margaritas.
Grocery shopping on margaritas is always
really
fun.
good at Tio's.
Yeah.
So we go into Tio's. And here's Gordon. Ah, here's the turkey. Here's me. Oh, chocolate salted caramels. Yeah, let's put those in the car. And he's like, we need potatoes. Oh, look, pecan tossies. Yeah, let's throw those in the car. He's like, could we get the essentials? Yeah, go ahead.
These
I'll
are
get the other
essential. They are essential to me.
stuff. He's buying the stuff we need, and I'm like, ooh, look at these cookies. Yeah.
Squirtle. Well, that's
So
how.
don't go Thanksgiving shopping. I mean, if it had just been me, he would have had to go back out. And get
Well,
everything.
we've made the mistake of going shopping while under the influence. That's how we ended up with 2 bearded lizards. Bearded dragon lizards. We had 2 of them. I'm like,
God.
oh, we need these. Yeah, you guys do need these. And we each need one. I'm like, okay. And my husband's like, why do we need these? I'm like, I don't know. They need them. So
We need them.
yeah, they need them. So that's how we've ended up with 3 dogs, 2 lizards, and a hedgehog. And a partridge in a pear tree. So
I got my Christmas gift this morning.
you did? What'd you get?
I was watching ESPN Knit too, because the big Ohio State Michigan game is tomorrow. They're both undefeated.
What do we
Ohio
call
State's
that?
number 2
Team up north.
Team up north.
That team up
Michigan week. You never say M. You never say the
Michigan.
The M is crossed out all over campus. And in fact, the Ohio State Medical Center, which is just worldwide famous, all the babies born there this week got a Christmas stocking that said "Beat Michigan."
That's cute. That's
little
cute.
baby Buckeyes. They were so cute.
That's cute.
But anyways, Ohio State's number 2, Georgia's number 1, Ohio State's number 2, and then Michigan,
Okay.
and then TCU. Those are the 4 right now that are scheduled for playoffs.
Okay.
Well, on ESPN2 today, they were discussing it, and they said no matter what happens tomorrow, Ohio State and Georgia are in. There's no way they're going to get kicked out of the
Oh,
playoffs.
happy holidays to you.
So my friend Gretchen and I were talking. I said, we've said it for years. Ohio State and Georgia need to play each other. They're so much alike.
Yeah.
Their coaches are so much alike.
Right.
Their philosophy is so much alike. And every year, one of the coaches screws it up, and one of them doesn't get in. So it's like, oh, thank God the coaches finally listened to us.
Right.
We were both in
It was
the
good.
show.
They should
I know.
give you guys
Gretchen
a,
said,
a
see, I
stipend.
know. She says, we predicted this years ago.
Should have been.
And I've heard that,
Analysts
that
right
they
here.
really want those 2 teams to play.
That'll be fun. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. Well, down here we have really a lot of people from Ohio that have migrated
'Cause it's
south.
warm.
Here it's
And we're
warm,
nice.
and you're nice.
Yes, we're nice.
I guess.
That's why they let us stay.
That's
the Michigan people they kick out.
Well, we're all New England. We have a New England group. I have a whole people that from the Yonkers that we've made friends with. But it's very much there's a lot of people from Ohio, so the rivalry is really funny here. So good. That will be.
Oh, and I have a Sun City story.
Oh,
I forgot the Sun City story.
So Sun City, if you're not familiar with this area, is an entire. Literally, it is a city. How many people live there?
17,000.
17,000 people?
17,000 people live
in Sun City.
It's an active community for over 55 and over active community. And it is.
And
it's
a
city
huge.
in itself.
And it has just about everything that you could possibly need in this community.
Pools, everything.
Golf courses,
everything. Tennis courts. So anyways, though, there are some people who think it's 17,000 people. It's a city.
Right. Well, hence the name.
Well, God forbid there would be people that aren't like me.
What?
In there. So my friend Deb lives one street over on Argent Way, and somebody had posted on Facebook last night or yesterday afternoon, anybody know why part of Argent Way is blocked off there by Graham Court? And I'm like, oh, Graham Court, that's like right next to Deb. And somebody says, I don't know, I went to let my cat out this morning, and there were police surrounding the house with guns saying, come out with your hands up.
God, what happened?
I was like, oh, what?
You guys are wild there.
And then somebody else said, well, he came out and they handcuffed him and took him off. So everybody's like, what? Why haven't we told these things? And I went, and so of course, me being a smart aleck, I went, it's just another dysfunctional Thanksgiving. Leave him alone.
Don't judge it.
Last night, this guy got on and goes, why aren't we informed of these things? And everybody was like, because it's none of your business.
Right? I mean,
and he goes, well, and he kept on, and people were telling him, and Deb said, it's none of your business. And he comes back to Deb, he goes, I live on Argent Way. It is my business. It's none of your business. And Deb goes, well, honey, I live 2 doors down from when it happened, and it's still none of my business or yours.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah,
go girl.
I love it. They get into it.
There's, I have to admit that through some stories that I've heard, there is an excellent amount of pettiness going on, and I hate it. I hate it.
Get on next door.
Oh, everywhere. I love to read about it and just I hate to be involved in it.
I just get the popcorn out.
Yeah, I just am like, oh, thank God I am not in the middle of it. But yes, I'm here to listen to every gory detail. Please share it with me so I can live vicariously.
I got to read some people like, who do you think you are?
No, I love it. So, all right. So maybe we should actually talk about. So this is Black Friday. So I'm having a lovely little sale today and small business Saturday. So I am small and a business. You know what I'm saying here?
She'll give you the business.
I will, yes, well, that may happen as well. But stop in. We've got some great discounts, so we can help you put everything together. And in fact, I got creative and decided that if you want, I have some wrapping paper. I will help you wrap your gifts. So we have this wrapping paper here. Awful cute.
Oh, I have some Christmas story wrapping paper.
We'll have to bring that in. We have this wrapping paper, awful cute. And then I thought, Judy, you would appreciate this wrapping paper. I just bought it, so I got to open it up. Hold on 1 second here. You have yarn wrapping paper? All right, this one, so for the right person on Irreverent Knits, this one says, I do it for the hose. So.
And you thought of me.
I did. I thought, well, Judy will love this.
Do it
for the hose. So, do it for the hose. So if you would like some yarn wrapped up with I do it for the hose, I got you. So come on down. I will make sure.
Very good.
But we have some other cute little boxes that we can
the gift
wrap.
Boxes are adorable.
Yeah, they're so cute.
Sleeve tracker alert.
All right. How we doing?
3 sleeves done. 2
You go, girl.
2 for my
All right.
Islington sweater.
Wow. And
So-
Maggie is through and through on this one with you. Your dog.
Yes,
so
it's a tweed now.
yes.
It's a tweed with Maggie here.
it costs
white.
extra, but it's
She's
worth
white.
it.
She's all
It's
white.
worth it.
So I've got to attach it now.
All right.
So I can do, because this is what's weird. See where it's
Right
not
here.
a true yoke because it starts at the top of my arms. So I have to attach all that.
That's going to be weird.
Well, and I'm used to starting at the back shoulder.
Does it attach right at the armpit? Is that how they do it? No. Interesting.
So it is at the armpit. I take that back. It is at the armpit.
See how she
but
lies?
then when I had to put this on, because it's bottom up, which is also really weird, but I kind of like it because you did the boring part first.
It's like you're trying to cheat for an exam here. Do you see the amount of notes that are
Because
attached to this thing?
you had to put on waist yarn
Okay.
right underarm, right back, right side back, left side back, left underarm, and the front.
Okay.
Because it starts at the left side back.
Okay.
So I have to start picking up the stitches here, come around, pick up a sleeve. And it's another one of those like our striped one that we did. What was that called?
Smooth sailing.
Thank you, smooth sailing. You leave 12 out to do Kitchener underneath when you're done.
To give it a little extra, and so you don't.
Is
get the
that
whole,
what it does? I
think
idea.
it gives you a little extra, and you don't get the whole. But I may be lying and making that all up, so just go with it.
I've got to work my way. I'm going to do that today while sitting here.
All right, I like it.
Unless you get busy, and then I'll help you. Otherwise, I just sit here. And go, I don't know. Ask her.
I don't know. She'll order it for you.
Yeah,
it's
she'll
fine.
order it for you. You need a bus, she'll get it for you. So it's really weird. So I've got to attach it just right. So that's why I've got all the little notes.
That is, it's like,
so I knew where was where. Because otherwise, I would attach.
Now, how much of this did you just Judyize and make up?
I didn't.
You didn't? You actually followed the pattern?
I did. Except for the second arm.
Except for the second
when
arm.
I was doing it here, I think I forgot to move my row counter, so I had to keep laying it down and measuring it.
Okay, all right.
But it's there. They all fit. They're the same length. That's the only thing I worry about.
That is the only thing.
Know?
You've got some tiny little arms, girl.
Well,
like
that just
literally
goes to my armpit.
Okay.
But see right there? Yeah, that's smaller.
Look at, I mean,
you got Emma arms.
My
granddaughter
What did you just
has
call me?
Emma arms.
Oh.
My
What
granddaughter.
did you just call me?
My
Emma
granddaughter
arms.
Emma has arms and legs. She's a great volleyball player. But they just go on forever.
Well,
I mean,
yes.
She's got the longest legs I've ever seen on a kid.
Yeah, that's thank you. I'm glad I have that. So yes, I'm just gonna wave. We're gonna wave to our legions of fans. When you have like 3 people, you are big time. So hello and thank you.
How many we got?
I'm not sure. Let's scroll. We got a bunch.
More
We
than
got a
4.
bunch.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So it's good to see you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So I finally I've come to terms with pressed flowers. She and I, we talked, and we've gone through some therapy, and we've made up. Of course, the other version of her, I ripped to shreds, and she's in a pile in the closet right now. So, pressed flowers is one of these things that I started, and then I don't know, you can't probably imagine this. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful. Amy Christophers does it.
It looks like a tapestry. when
It's
you get
just
it done.
beautiful. And, so I started this thing and I got to talking. I know it's hard to believe, but I got talking and the whole thing got jagged. And so then all I saw was this giant mess, but I had already gone like this far up. And then I'm like, oh my God, I got to pull the whole thing out. And so I was irritated because it's all counting. The whole thing is counting. And so I finally, like 8 months later, was like, okay, I'm ready to start again. So I started off, this is my contrast color. This is my main color, these two together. And so here we go. This is where I am on pressed flowers. And you'll see pressed flowers, if you're unfamiliar with this pattern, they now have pressed flowers the scarf, pressed flowers the cowl, pressed flowers the cardigan, pressed flowers probably socks, probably.
And if
you can knit a small, baby's blanket in it.
I originally had it, but then once I got going, I didn't need it. But on Ravelry, one of the people that did it, you have to go back in and look at their notes.
Okay.
She did a spreadsheet, that's an awful word, but of what each row count is.
Oh, well, I'll have to
so
look for that.
How many stitches should be on this row, how many stitches should be on this row. And it's 2 or 3 pages long, and I was like, oh dear God, you actually figured that out and wrote it out. God bless you.
Right, no kidding.
Because
my challenge was when I get to this next chunk, okay, because they give it to you in sections. So you do this first one, and then you start over again, but now you've got more flowers. So I noticed, I'm like, oops, I mustn't have picked up enough stitch or, added enough stitches because then I just had to fake it up here. But I think you can't really tell that I had to fake it up there. So even if you can tell, shut it because I'm just going with it. This is how I'm doing. Shut it, okay?
Yeah, she makes fun of me for coming up with a different version of something. No, there's somebody there. I might still have it because I took screenshots of it.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll look and see. I may have gotten rid of it after I finished it because I didn't need it.
Yeah. So it's a fun pattern, but it is definitely one you need to pay attention to. So I'm trying to be a good girl. I've worked on this. This was my class last week. But I got to tell you, I can't keep this wizard on the shelf. So this is one. This pattern obviously hasn't been blocked yet because I didn't finish it yet. It's going to just be a demo for this shop. But wizard I've only got 2 colors left, so I just ordered a bunch more.
I don't even see it.
It's over there now because I've sold so much of it. So I've got got more colors coming in. I just ordered those from Barocco. So the Wizard is coming in. It is so squishy and lovable. Also Dash, as Judi says, it's dashing off the shelves, people. So that I've ordered a couple more colors of as well. So that makes a great squishy gift. Although I had a woman, there was a woman that came in last week who, she says, well, I'm looking for something for a baby blanket. And I was like, well, this is so soft and so squishy. And so she went through and she picked out colors that she thought that she would like. And then she got home and called me from, I'm not sure where she's from. I do remember, but I'm not going to call her out.
Wisconsin.
No,
was it the one that was driven up to Wisconsin?
No. She finished her blanket and she actually ordered a few more.
Oh, cool.
And it was because it came out beautiful. No, this was a different woman who wanted a baby blanket, and then she called to inform me that in fact is not baby blanket material because you have to hand wash it. I'm like, well, we do have stuff that you can wash and dry, but it's not the same and it's not as squishy. So, you have to just always read the labels, but at the same time, so I guess I should be more clear when people say, is this good for a blanket? I don't know. I think soft and squishy.
Heirloom blanket,
I think it's soft and
blanket.
Squishy is more what we want. I mean,
It's heirloom.
So
You
anyway,
should have said that. It's heirloom.
it's heirlooms.
She won't really use it, but she'll save it forever.
She'll save it forever, or the baby will and then you just don't dry it. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So sorry about that. So anyway, we got that going on,
and you got new yarn in. You'll get more in.
I did. So
We
Judi
ordered Ultra Alpaca.
Okay, so here was the story. Judi her GoFundMe wedding page is not going as well as one would hope. So she could either start to sell limbs or organs on the black market, which I am all for. I can totally YouTube.
my
I
liver's
can
shot
YouTube whatever surgery you
liver's shot.
need.
There's no way.
And then we'll throw it on ice, and then we can sell it. It's not a big deal. I can YouTube it. It's fine. But anyway, so apparently she doesn't want to do that. But so she's in love with this pattern. Okay, so this is this book that we just got from Lane, and here's what it's. How do we say this again?
No, wait a minute.
Wait.
Kalavala.
Kalavala. So knitted Kalavala.
Kalavala.
So this is the thing. This is going to be her next of skein, apparently. So, but we didn't group fund me enough.
What's so cool about this book, now that I keep looking at it more and more, Kalevala is an epic
Saga, isn't it?
Yeah, Norwegian poem.
Right.
Kind of like, I don't know what to say, the Eternal Fire or whatever that was. Faust.
The Iliad.
Yeah, Iliad, all that crap.
Okay.
And so the story goes with it. And, this one is based on a sea monster or a water spirit, whichever you want. And each of them is based on something, and she talks about it. And the whole saga poem is there.
Oh, that's cool.
For each one. So it's, when I go back and I look at that, but this is absolutely fabulous. And I love every single pattern in it.
And the woman in it, who's a model, is just stunning.
The upside down socks. No, I don't like her. She's too cute.
She's stunning.
She's stunning.
I guess that's why she's a model. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird how they do that.
It's just a great book.
Everything looks perfect on her. It's so weird. So weird how they used her.
I thought, so then we went through and I couldn't find, so I thought the Ultra Alpaca, because this is done with bulky. There's no way I'd wear bulky down here.
Not here.
And forget it in this weather, because it's even humid out today.
Yeah.
And here it is, November 25th, 26th, and it's humid today.
Yeah.
So, I thought, okay, so I figured out how to do it with...
Here's the tale of why ordering things online is really difficult, because the pictures are never going to match up exactly to every computer and what's out there.
DK.
Right.
So I had to figure out how much yarn to get. That's why when I figured it out with the yarn, I really
there
wanted
was a lot of math
Sonoma.
Involved, so I just tuned out.
It was like, because you had to double the amount.
Yeah.
It was going to be like,
$7 billion sweater, but it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So we opted for
Alpaca.
this Ultra Alpaca. So Judi chose these 3 colors when we went online, and online they were very distinct. So I'm like, oh, those will be great together. But when you get them in person, while they are all lovely and nice and soft because it's alpaca. Okay, the light's perfect, but these two aren't going to have enough pop between them. So that's the challenge of buying things online. That is why we need to support our local yarn stores.
So coming in today, while I was thinking about it, I went, I don't need as much of this really dark color of the Sonoma.
Yep.
So let's put that in. Now look at the difference.
Now look at the difference. So pop. So this is going to be her.
And I can live with those.
And
three
you
colors.
can live with those 3 colors, and
I
you will love them, and you will live with them as much as it's like you want to buy a mansion, but we can. This is more feasible.
But I think that'll work.
It's going to be gorgeous. So this is what she's going to do. That
I'm going to
sweater
try and
in.
get started. Except we just picked out stuff for me to do a cowl.
I know, and then I'm like, Judi, and I kind of do this.
We need
to sell this yarn. It's so beautiful, and I need a sample, and I also can't do it. So
I've been wanting to do this cowl anyway. So
yeah,
colors will work great.
So we pop this. This is called Rowan Pebble Island. It is absolutely this. It's nice and soft, and the colors are just so beautiful. So we've got these 4 colors that we're going to pull together, and by we I mean Judi. I just
I'll do
buy
it.
them and give them to her to me.
But we talked about it again. What colors work?
Right.
So I picked out these 3 first.
These were the 3 that
and
she
I thought,
played.
and then I started reading the directions, like you're supposed to. And you need 4 colors.
Okay.
So originally we thought maybe this one, and I went, it's all right.
Okay.
And then you threw this one in, and I threw up. But
You
it's not bad.
You didn't.
No.
You gagged. You didn't throw up. There was some dry heaving involved, but no actual vomit ever happened.
So it's still we're looking at this, but you know why? The orange and the yellow are fighting with each other.
Yep, it's too much. Too much
They're
together.
fighting.
All I saw was yellow when I looked
And
at
that
it.
makes then these 2 greens fight with each other.
And disappear, really.
Yeah. So we need to take that out. Now
Right.
look at just those 3 again. Look
Oops.
how they harmonize.
Whoa.
None of them are fighting. So then we put in the dark gray instead.
And now it's like the Backstreet Boys.
And now
all
look at that.
came
Look
together.
at the orange pop.
Yep.
And then your eye travels over to the greens. And then you add in the gray.
Yep.
Perfect.
So
Perfect
that's
colorway.
coming soon to a shop near you. And by
But
near
that's
you,
the way
I
you
mean
play.
my shop. So stop in. So, yeah.
And the name of the cowl is In the Flow.
Okay, so we will be having In the Flow here in a little bit. So if that's something you want to put together, we will definitely put some kits together for you too, and I will ship them. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. We can certainly make that happen. And as we're starting to get now into the holiday season, we have a piece of paper here that's all set up for you to put your wish list together for your families. Your families here. I'll grab
Yes.
it.
Big Daddy Night is coming up.
Yep. And if you don't live here, you can email me. Here it says, all I want for Christmas is yarn. I don't know if I need to.
I laid it out for Gordon and had some things listed, and I noticed to put groceries on top of it. So it's like, grocery list on top of it. So like
Okay, well, whatever works. But if you need me to email that to you to share it with your loved ones, let me know. And we finally fixed the gift certificate link. I didn't know it didn't work until Arlene, one of my lovelies here, was like, I'm trying to send this, and it's just sending me back to the main page. So I got all IT savvy. And
who'd you ask?
I asked Shopify, and the guy was like, "Ooh." I'm like, really? Then he was so frustrated, and I have 0 patience, but no IT savvy, so it's a beautiful, lethal combination. I was like, I'll just figure it out myself. So I did. I actually figured it out myself. So anyway, we have that available if you would like me to email it to you. Just info@shrimpandknits.com. So anyway, but I do have the availability to order a ton of stuff.
She can order anything.
I can order just about anything, according to Judi. So
that's my favorite. She'll order.
She'll order it for you. So this is, if you want, this is a great kit. This is the interchangeable needles. I'm using these 6s right now, but this is an absolutely fabulous kit. I'm using them on this. So this kit came together beautifully because in the beginning I only needed a short cord. As it's growing, I'm making the cord a little longer, and in the end I'll need quite a long cord, but I'm not dealing with all that excess cord because they're interchangeable, and I don't need to have 25 different needles like Judi and of the same size, because
just because I organized them the other day and I realized
I have 11,648 pairs.
And you know what though, but I like to try new ones. I really do.
Yep, she's my little lab rat on this. I'm like, do you like these? What do you think? Should we sell these? No? Okay. But yeah, so I can order kits like this. I don't carry all of them in shop because I have to, survive. But if you would like to order them, let me know, and I'll be happy to help talk you through that and ship them.
You've got
good
Skazel.
stuff. I do. I have Skazel. I've got Mindful Collection here.
Knitter's Pride.
I do. I have
you have Brittany.
Chagu. I have
Shagu. Smart Sticks.
I do have Smart Sticks. I have Addies. So a bunch of different things. And
For such a small shop, she's got a good number.
I have high-end taste, so I don't want to sell crap that and I do have champagne taste. So we're still on our Budweiser budget here, but we're getting there, damn it. And I
Oh,
will be
no.
taking the world over
People
at some
talk
point.
about this show, about how
All
wonderful
the
it is,
time.
and
All the
and the
time.
yarns, the stuff.
So come in, we can put a kit together. I have a bunch of different things. I pulled some patterns out that had been sent to me, some ideas. We can put a nice kit together for you. And again, I will ship.
And we're going to
So,
be playing with this today. My
All
friend
right.
Gretchen sent me these.
so she brings this and just goes, we're going to use these today. I'm like, what the hell are these things? So, all
They're
right.
supposed to be really good to use because of it being silicone. You can tie it. So when you're using it to hold patterns, and it holds. Ooh, it does.
Okay.
You know, and then instead of me carrying around that ball of yarn, and then you're supposed to be able to untie it.
Dun, dun, dun. Can she do it? Can she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So supposedly,
Supposedly.
I said that for my friend Lori because she knows what I mean when I say supposedly. You put them on, I guess, like this.
So it's
Liz
like a
knows.
condom for your
So
nails.
I'm thinking you'd have to put it on the other end. Which end are you starting on? You're starting at this end.
Yeah, I'm starting on this end.
So I'm thinking you'd have to put it on because you can't knit like that, can you?
No, there's no
Well,
way.
some people can. I don't know. So you must put it on. I don't know if you know. Could you call in real quick? And tell us?
You could just. I'm thinking you must use it on.
You must do it that way, and then
And then
you're
when you
done,
get to it, you
just
pull it
slide
on
through.
to that. But then do you
I
have to
just-
pick all those stitches up again?
Well, it's like a lifeline, like this. I would have used it on this. See?
Yeah.
To hold up.
All right. But if I want to put a lifeline in here, so again, if I get talking and I get all screwed up, then I have my lifeline I can pull back to. But this to me would mean then you'd have to go back. All right, and I may be wrong. I'm making this
Well,
up.
I'm thinking as you knit it, then it just slides. It's supposed to slide along.
But then you leave it
I know,
as a
I know.
lifeline.
Yeah.
And then you still have to then go back and pick up all your stitches.
Well, and I think a lot of people use it when you're supposed to put your stitches on a holder.
So it's like waste yarn as opposed to a lifeline.
Yes.
So because we have this queen here.
I will Google it this week. I will talk to my friend Liz.
All right.
I will get Gretchen to tell me how to do it. And we'll do a demo next Friday.
We had people in here the other day asking, we were teaching how to do lifelines because it is invaluable. I preach it. I don't actually practice it because, I don't know, I'm a waste of space at some points, but do this, lifelines. So anyways, we have queen here. I don't know if you've seen this before. It is so thin. It's like thread. So this is a nice, easy way. It's not going to make your stitches giant, but you can pick it up if you pull back to it. So
yeah,
we can do this.
And like I've been teaching, somebody messed up on their shift.
Yes.
Debbie.
Yep.
And she doesn't need to take the whole thing out, but she's got to go back away.
Yeah.
So if you use the lifeline, and I just had to do it on my blanket the other night because
Okay.
I didn't like that green with the gray. So I'm going to put in a different green, and I had to go back like 3 rows.
Okay.
Find a row.
Which is a lot. I mean, she's like half an hour each
Yeah.
row. So that was a lot of work.
So you weave it in,
Okay.
and then when you go back, when you get near the bottom, go the row above, because if you've got to rip out this much.
That's a
I'm
lot.
not doing that tinking.
No way.
So I put it in, I find a row, and you go over, under, over, under.
All right, now
over,
explain
across.
over, under.
Okay. So you got.
If you want to go back to say the beginning of this.
Okay, so look at your
here.
row.
All right.
Each knit stitch has 2 legs.
Right.
You don't go under both of them.
Right, 'cause then you
you've
pull the
missed
whole
them.
thing out.
So you go under one leg and over the next, under the next, over. So you're going right in between that stitch, that knitted stitch. See, look, you can see it on this better. See the 2?
Yes.
This is my knit stitch
Yep.
right here. I've got 2 legs. I'm going under the right leg and over the left.
Okay.
Under the right leg, over the left.
What if you're a purl then?
Just pick them up. You figure it out.
Okay. Because some of them that you'd have,
Yeah,
to,
I
you
had
have to
to,
purl.
yeah.
So
You'd still got to pick up the stitch.
right.
So I'm. Let me see.
So it's obviously easier to do it while you're on the row as opposed to going back.
Right, because
to it.
this is mosaic,
Right.
which is the same thing as my knit stitch blanket,
Right, and the shift, right?
and the shift.
Yeah.
So I went down an extra row and found a knit row.
Okay.
Because when you're doing slip stitch, just to remind everyone, you do 1 row slipping the stitches, and you slip them going back.
Right.
But now you gotta have those again. So the next 2 rows are plain,
Right.
knit plain and back.
Yep.
So once you find those, I always go to a plain line, which
Right.
is what I had her do.
Okay.
So then when we got down, I said, now go slow.
Yeah.
the last row, we pulled really carefully, and we could see where we missed.
Right.
We grabbed it with a little safety pin.
Got it.
And we put it up, and then we pulled them all on.
Yeah.
And then we were ready to go again. And that, so that's a way to add the lifeline. And I've gotten really good at it this week because it seems like every student I've had in the class has had to do that, including me. Including me.
Yes. And,
So
and
I've
teachers
gotten
are
really
not the
good.
best students always. So.
But that's the easiest way to do it. Just
All right.
over, under. And then you've got it. And like my friend Judi in Greenville, who used to live down here, she does a lot of lace shawls.
Oh, well, yeah.
And she puts a lifeline in every row.
That seems like so much
Every
work.
single row.
So much work, but okay.
Yeah, but when
okay.
you're doing lace and you've got yarn overs and, all this crap, you do have to go back.
Well, it's a lot to try to recover all of it.
I ripped out 6 rows of my so it's ready to
That was
go
like
again.
3
for
hours
tomorrow.
of work, huh?
No, it didn't take that long. I was surprised.
No, I mean that you had to undo.
It was, let's see, 6 rows. Yeah, it was a game and a half of football. So yeah.
Whoopsie. So we have this lovely people that come in. I make as a joke because I pretty much go for the laugh. That's my job. And so I made these shrimp, and so here is a shrimp carcass. So here's what they look like, and then I'm going to sew it together. Right now it kind of looks like a stingray or a flounder. Looks like a flounder. So I got to sew it together, sew it together and everything like that. But so I always have a couple of them in here. They came in and they bought them all because apparently their dog loves to carry it around in its mouth. And so I'm making up some more. But
She sent a picture. It was so
she
cute.
was so cute. Their little chihuahua. She's just covered in it. So Coco. But anyway, so if this is something you want to hang on your, you need a low country
you would eat it in 2
holiday
seconds.
tree ornament. Yeah, my dogs try to steal it, and there's nothing even to rip out of it yet. But yeah, let me know. I have the pattern if you want it. So, or we can make them and send them to you for the holidays. But
It's a cute pattern. She gave me the pattern. I haven't made it up yet.
So, and I've never made a pattern before. So
I'm supposed to make it and
I have
tell her.
no idea if I did the right thing. Yeah, Judy was supposed to try it out and see. And so if I send it to you and you're like, what is this crack whore?
It's my fault.
Yeah, it's totally Judy's fault. I don't know.
haven't done it yet.
She's hasn't done
done
it
it
yet.
yet.
I mean, she's got nothing else going on. I don't know what her problem is, but
I'm going to read a poem as soon as you get to a spot.
girl, I'm at the spot.
We can finish up with the poem.
No, you could get to the poem right now. Go for
Are
it.
you done with talking about your shrimp?
It's
It's cute.
a personal
It really is
thing.
cute.
Talking
And
about
I
my
will-
shrimp is personal. So.
Yeah, so if you would like to be a test knitter,
Yes, if you would like to, I'll send the pattern to you.
we'd like to hire you because I don't want to do it. I'm just going to
What do you mean we'd like to hire you? I have no money.
I keep saying, I forgot about that. But
We can hire you. Like,
But
what?
seriously, I don't want to do it. I should just send you the yarn and then you can keep it for free and then tell her when I... Oh, I forgot all about that. My husband pulled one like that yesterday. I'll tell you later. I can't tell it on in here, but it was pretty good. All right, so she made fun of me the other day because she did not know that I'm not always a badass. I do cry.
I just don't
cry at pretty
see
things.
it.
I do. I cry.
I'm
at
not a
pretty
crier. I'm not a
things.
crier.
I cry when I get really, really mad.
That's when I cry. I'm angry,
Well, I don't know
and then
that
I get.
cry, but I well up. Let me
Yeah.
put it that way. Beautiful things.
Mine is I
Beautiful
finally-
music.
once
I can
I'm
cry,
done with the
beautiful
fight-
music, beautiful dances. I well up.
No, I'm not. Apparently, I have no heart or
Yeah.
soul.
So, anyways, shut up.
Anyway, shut up so I can read my poem. Damn it!
She's making fun of me.
God, you drive me crazy.
But I am going to read this poem, and I am not a poem person. I hate poetry.
She was an English teacher, so I don't know.
Short stories. Oh God, love short stories.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I get this magazine called Taproots, and if you don't know anything about Taproots, it's completely advertising free.
It's hippie crunchy.
It is a
it's
tree hugger
hippie,
type.
crunchy
A lot
magazine.
of the contributors are homesteaders.
Farm
and
and
it's like,
inspiration.
but you know what? They have some. I originally
It's
ordered
beautiful. They have beautiful stuff. They
They
really do.
It was during the pandemic when we were all locked up, and I was bored, and I was ordering everything in sight. I said, I'll get this subscription because it had a cute pattern in it. And I thought, I'll get it for the patterns. See, look, I like that hat.
Yes, there's a lot of really cute things in it.
So it came, and it comes out, I think, 4 times a year.
Okay.
The photography is just gorgeous in it. And I started more or less the patterns and the recipes, yeah. But the stories are beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, they're beautiful. They're just beautiful. Like, there's a story in here that this woman interviewed women farmers.
Okay.
And how hard it was to be a full-time mother and a full-time father. I mean, full-time farmer. Father farmer.
Okay.
Some of them are fathers, too.
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm reading it. And this one lady, like this was really interesting. She's just adorable. And there's her little girl. And she's talking about how hard it was. And then she said this, what it means to be a mother and to shoulder everything. And she says, for myself, I'm a transracial adoptee that was stolen from my indigenous people. Oh. And so going through the process of parenting and going through working with the land and remembering and returning. And she says, my upbringing was filled with silence and assimilation. And it was like, just interesting stories. These two women that bought a farm in Maine and decided to have a sheep. And now they have this huge sheep business. Everything was so cute. So anyways, this was a poem at the end called Prairie Dusk. And it was written by a man, and it's really neat. They do great bios on all of the contributors. And he's a man who likes to knit.
Wonderful.
So he wrote this, and she hasn't heard it yet, so she doesn't know. And she's like, you gotta read a poem. I said, it's about knitting now. It's about knitting.
Yes. Knitting poems.
So I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
You're gonna be quiet.
I'm gonna try.
I'll beat you with my spoon. All right. So this is how it starts out. You've long outgrown that sweater, Prussian blue, the color of Oklahoma after sunset, but before the dark, when the sky bleeds color until it merges with the faded earth, the last hint of light promising dawn. I haven't outgrown my memory of you sitting at the counter with your sister and brothers in some anonymous roadside diner, looking out the window at the prairie dusk, wearing hand knits and snow boots and laughing. I made a mistake when knitting that sweater, finished the entire back lace panel, but the count was off, the division uneven. A small error, but I could not bear it. You can pull the thread out of sweaters, unravel work, and rework until it is perfect. But fatherhood is risky. Some mistakes cannot be undone or fixed so easily. There are words I would take back if I could, years I would frog out and reknit. I want to discover and pass on as much wisdom with as few mistakes as we both can bear. You've long outgrown that sweater. I'm not even sure if we kept it, the faded button missing thing. I may one day outgrow that memory, but our days and years will still be linked like knitted rows to what came before and what is to come. Isn't that a neat poem?
That is.
That's a really neat poem. I see a tear.
You do not.
I do.
I think that's just dust.
It's welling up. Right there.
Or the
Right there. She should have read that during the race. She should have read that during the race yesterday.
But I'm like, come on, just run. My God, what's wrong with you? I'm almost 50. You're 15. Run. That's Mother of the Year right there. I mean, that's
so make fun of me, but I thought that was a really
I'm not going to make fun of
and
you about that.
You're getting a framed copy of it for Christmas.
I can't wait.
Everybody that makes fun of me is getting a framed
Yes,
copy of it.
signed and framed. Signed by us. It's going to be worth something someday. I didn't even write this, but I'm going to sign it.
So that's in this month's issue 53. It's called Amid. I don't know why. Oh, that's because it's just me. But I mean, there's a cute hat in here. There really is.
Yeah, I like, I get a couple different magazines. Vogue Knitting is, of course, the one that I have here at the shop, just because they have some. Usually I find something or inspiration. I do like to look at the ads just for the shop and things like that, because, I like to see what's new and upcoming and what people are talking about. And sometimes, Judy's like, oh, they have this, everyone's talking about the sweater. And I'm always like, oh my God, why? And she's right. Everyone's talking about the sweater and I still can't figure out why. No, everyone's talking about that. That's my albatross.
Everybody's like,
oh my God, it's ranunculus. I'm like, shut up. It's ranunculus. I can't do it.
About pressed flowers.
Yes, pressed flowers. People are talking about pressed flowers, but yeah, ranunculus is that's my albatross. I can't do the neck, and no. Anyway, I'm never going to do it, or I'm going to have to do it or die. Like at this point, it's one or the other. So,
Modern Daily Knitting used to do a thing, and they didn't do it this past year, maybe because people were getting tired of it. But every year during March Madness, they would do their own March Madness, and so they would have 4 categories every year: shawl, sweater, hat, miscellaneous, or whatever. And people would nominate the top designers or new patterns that came out that year.
Oh, that's fun.
And so then they would pick, and they would do their own, what do you start with? 64? You start with 64.
Yep.
And then each week you voted down until they came out with who the winner was.
That's cute.
And it was fun.
Yeah, that's
kept
cute.
Track. And I got introduced to a lot
You're
of
making bets on Andrea Mowry,
Yeah, and some of the patterns. And I think
Jolie.
excuse
What's her
me,
name?
that
Jolie. I can't think.
Jojo Locatelli.
Yes, Jojo Locatelli. I like her stuff. She's good. She's cool.
I think Pressed Flowers was on there one year. They didn't do it last year. They did something different. And they're just getting too big for their britches. No, they're really good. They're really popular.
No.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
But they used to do it, and it was fun. I mean, and they voted down, and they took the nominations. But it was probably a lot of work on that because you had 48 hours to vote on which ones you liked. But it was a case of, they had them listed, and some of them I had never seen before. So I went back into Ravelry
and checked
looked
them out.
At them and all.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying a lot of patterns I'll probably never make. But I liked them at the time,
You were inspired. You were
inspired.
Yeah. No, I mean, I imagine you've got to be able to set up a poll, an online type of a thing, so it wouldn't be too difficult to just tally them all. But maybe I'm just making that because my IT savvy, I can just figure that out, right?
Yeah, we'll figure it out for March. She'll figure it out. And
we'll just do
our own March Madness next year. Well, like we could put in the stocking. We'd have people vote for the best things that were in the shop.
Okay, so we're just voting on Judi.
This category.
Look at here's a Tracy. I think the cat
playing herself in the finals.
Cat puked on this one, or it was cat puke. I don't know. This is Tracy's, and then here's Judi.
The final four is Judi.
Judi versus Judi. Who will win this competition? Yeah, that seems real fair.
Okay. Well, it didn't have to be just. I was just thinking this. I'm just looking around the shop, and you're right. Everything's in here. It's fine. Well, now
so I have a few.
Elmo's hat.
Well, my Cookie Monster hat. Yeah, that's gonna be
Elmo,
awesome to buy that natural.
You know that story.
Jiggle Me Elmo.
We were. Oh God. We were in Gordon. I always do something to make Gordon crack up around people that you shouldn't, because he's like, "Thank you."
You make everyone uncomfortable. Yes, of course.
So we were in Beaufort, and we were on Rebo Road, and it's right by the Tech College. And we had to stop for the traffic light. And this student is walking by, and she's got on an Elmo t-shirt. She's got on an Elmo t-shirt that is probably 4 sizes too small.
Right.
And
little sister shirt.
And she's not flat-chested, okay?
Right.
So she's walking across, and we're just staring straight ahead, and we're both looking. And just as she gets in front of Gordon, I went, "Oh, look, it's Jiggle Me Elmo." And he's like, "Thank you. Thank you so much." Because she's going to look over and she's going to see me laughing.
And you're going to be the creepy old guy.
Just like I had to at Graceland. And it's like...
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Because Judi is irreverent and goes for the laugh, just like I do. And that is what I appreciate about you. Because we're very inappropriate at times. And sorry. Not sorry. It is what it is. So... Yeah,
so, the Graceland stories is a doozy.
That's another. Yeah, we'll have to save the Grace. Well, we're getting into the holiday season, so you can.
That would be perfect.
That's perfect for the holidays.
In the snow.
Yes,
That's the story I was telling.
So we'll save that one.
We're only going to be an hour from there.
I know. Well, I'll be going so we're decided we have a wedding to go to up in Buffalo, New York for New Year's Eve, and so we've decided instead of just driving straight up there that we're going to go across the country.
That's what she says. She goes, "What about something store, that store?" And I went, "In Black Mountain?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "In Asheville?"
Yeah.
And I went, "Why do you want to know?" "Because we're going there on the way to Buffalo." And I'm like...
It's not there on the way. It's not on the way to Buffalo, but we're going there.
Buffalo is this way.
Yeah.
And she's going to go...
Yeah. So I figured each day we'll just go. So here, we're not that far from Asheville, North Carolina, and that's where the Biltmore is. And I'm like, Biltmore? I've never seen it. And at Christmas...
a couple hours to go through.
Yeah, well, that's why I figure we'll do one
Biltmore's
stop there.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Really
I mean, it's going to we'll take the girls and we'll go there. And then the next day we'll go across to Nashville. So we'll spend a night in Nashville and do some of that stuff. I mean, not it's going to be the week after Christmas, so there's not a lot that will be available for us to do, but we can wander around. And then the next day we're just going to try to drive. I think we're going to stay in like Columbus, Ohio, so that way if there's storms.
I know great yarn shop.
Great yarn shop. So I'm just going to make it my yarn excursion again, because I just did one up in the fall up on the East Coast. So we'll do this one kind of through the middle.
She's telling me this trip, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
I'm not geographically challenged, honestly, but we wanted to do, but that way too, between, getting to Columbus and getting to Buffalo, it's not that far, but in case there's snow or something that's
it's like
going
a Chevy Chase vacation.
It is. It's
we're the
biggest yarn ball in the world.
It'd be like the film, we're watching a movie and they show the map and you see the car go.
Yeah. So we're gonna stop here and see the biggest ball of yarn ever existed.
And you go to Dublin, Ohio, and see the corn. You go by the big basket building.
Yeah, I mean the corn. It's probably not so available on New Year's Eve.
Well, if you've never seen the Longer Burger basket building,
I
you
have seen it
to
on
see it.
online. I don't.
Yeah, it's not a destination, but
not
it's,
so much.
Yeah, it's
so,
where I lived. So,
that's we'll wave
no, I
in the
think it'll be
direction
good.
of
And I'm going to
Judy's
keep the
kin.
shop open for her.
Are you really?
Yeah,
You don't have to do that. I
don't
love
have
you.
to.
Oh,
I
you're
don't have
so
anything
good
to
to
do.
me.
So,
You're so
you know
good to
what's
me.
gonna
Really,
go
God
on.
bless
It's
her.
going to be a good time here.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just.
But we won't let Janet touch the.
So I'm a bit OCD, and anyone that knows me will know that. I'm very. I have precision the way I like my stuff.
I mean,
so.
I'm not allowed to put stuff back because I never get it back.
I just say put it on the table. That way nobody feels.
That's
But just
right.
just put it on the
Put it
table.
on the table.
I got it. Well, I have a couple just shelves, open shelves here of stuff, and every time we walk by it, because I mean it's literally my store is maybe 300 square feet, and there's a table in the middle because I like everyone to come play, and so every time you walk by, somebody's an avalanche, and I'm like. Fine. It happens 7-8 times a day. It's fine. So, but it's been great. So this week is wonderful because a lot of people come down south. They have the time off for the holiday. So we've been getting all kinds of lovely people from other places. And so we just Judy's collection. We have the Bluffton collection. And so hurricane warning. This woman was like, so we had it. We had it. And so she grabbed it as soon as she saw it. She's like, I've been watching it. I've been watching it on your site.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So
that's so cool.
Yeah. So we've got a Bluffton collection.
I'm going to be dying.
I know you've got to get going on this.
Sunday. Well, we got.
I try not to pressure her because I've got so many other things, but it does. So I'll wind it up, and it looks so. Let me when I wind some of these
we're
things.
going to put the Christmas tree up Sunday, so I'll mix the dyes, and then Monday I will.
So it's hard to see. So when you have this is May River dolphins. So of course, anytime you're in the May River, we have so many sweet little dolphins that just because they're murderers and rapists, we still like them.
Down Calhoun Street, and go to the dock at the end in the evening, right around sunset.
Yeah, they're all
and sit there. You'll
diving.
see them. They'll come through.
And every
Sometimes
time
they come up to the dock.
Oh, they're adorable. And every time, I mean, I know they're just horrible as far as animals are concerned, but they're so cute. And I'm like, oh my God. And like I've never seen them before, but when you wind them into a cake, it really just changes. So they look like this, which is gorgeous to see all the colors. But when you wind any of these hanks into a cake, look at how pretty they look. Now, not the same yarn, obviously, but it's lovely. So I'll be happy to wind it for you and put it in a little box, and on the bottom we'll have what it is that you've got going on. So
they make the best little gifts.
They do, and I have these.
Can you imagine your friend coming by and you're thinking it's going to be cookies in there? It's like, oh, great, more cookies, and instead you get this. I mean, that is so sweet. Just sweeter than anything. Ooh, and then you could attach.
I could attach
onto the ribbon.
That's right, and then I'll decorate with. I do it for the hose. So.
Or a nice little gift bag.
Or not. So we have these such cute stitch markers. They are absolutely adorable. So hold on, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see.
I do have
here.
wrapping paper that looks like yarn.
All right, so we'll have to find that. So here we've got little cats. So whatever these people are in for, Simply Made by Liz.
Christmas ones ready to send.
They're coming, and so I've got some cute Halloween ones still, not really seasonal, but so if you're trying to do something that is specific, I have she's got beachy ones. We have little cute little sunflowers here, tassels, for the stripper knitter in your life.
The hose.
For the hose, and we can do that for the hose.
Always sell.
Yeah, these are really cute. And you can, I have people that just buy them as a pin, and they wear them as pins. So we have all these fun things, and different kits and stuff like that. So if you are like, I don't know what to make them, so if you're send this to your person in your life and be like, see,
then the cutest thing is you can go, oh, this would be so pretty. Do you know a pattern that would work? And we'd go, well, yeah, this one
pattern
would.
is amazing. So
she could print off the pattern because it's a free one, or you could buy the pattern if it's a paid one.
Right, and I
She'll
can print it too.
off, and you have that, so you can wrap that up, and so you give a real cute little kit.
Absolutely, and a gift certificate. So if you want to say, for good for one class or something like that, we got you. So now I have to knit. So my husband's decided that now I need to start making golf club covers. I'm like,
I think I made you mad the other
No, I laugh so hard. So I always send stuff and, I say, hey, we've got to do this. And by we, I mean you. And so Judy's like, I don't know. No, I'm just, no.
I said, by we, it's not me this time. It's you.
I laughed because I knew that was going to be her reaction. So, yeah. So
But they are
apparently,
cute.
yeah, they are cute. He's like, you should do custom ones, and you know, you can put. I'm like, oh my god, what? Where am I getting this free time? I'm like, I'm going into finals right now, so I've got my classes are about to start their final exams, and because everybody cheats so badly now with Zoom classes, we can't do anything that is on, you know, a test style exam for a finals. Everything has to be kind of a spoken final exam nowadays. So now I have to go through and choose. I have to write out all these, you know, potential questions so they can study for it, and it's all past tense. So that Spanish 102 is mostly you're learning past tense, which is all irregulars, and then the vocab, and then try to incorporate that and meet with 60 different people and grade these. I'm like, oh God. And I'm terrible at it because I'm not a native speaker, so I'm always like, yay, you tried, hooray. I'm like, that's not really a good grading thing. I might just do like throw the grades up the stairs kind of a thing with people's names on. I don't know.
I used to tell my juniors, they teach us when we're learning to be teachers that there's never ever a wrong answer. But if ever there was, that's as close to it as you could possibly do.
I may need to incorporate that.
I would laugh, and they would know, and they would throw some off the wall thing off just to see what I would do. And I would, we're not supposed to say there's ever a wrong answer, but if there was, honey, that would be it. That would be stellar right there. And they would crack up. They go, we know.
You know, and the funniest part is too is they're trying, and you know, and people, when you're trying, especially speaking a language that's not native to you. I mean, sometimes the stuff that comes out of your mouth is like, oh God. So when I lived in Spain, you know, I just had to throw it all out there, and it was always inappropriate, and it was always something, you know, sexual or inappropriate to say. And I'm like,
that's all she learns in a foreign language.
I'm like, what did I say? They're like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's not what I meant. What should I have said? Okay, that's what I meant. So that is trying to grade these things. It shall be interesting. So I will keep you posted on that, what things Professor Winslow hears in her classes. But we've already used up our hour. So thank you so much, as always, for joining.
Get out there and shop. Get over here.
Get over here. And I can ship. So you can go online, shrimpandknits.com, all spelled out. I'll be happy to. And I can even wrap it for the hose, people. Woo! It's that kind of day.
And, you know, if you don't know what color yarn they like, she's got these cute little things in.
I do. I got these little sheep holders so that you don't have to stick your hands in the couch and wonder what's going to bite you.
That would make a cute gift.
Such a cute gift. Such a cute gift. Lots of ideas online. And you can always email me. I'll be happy to spend your money for you. So have a fabulous day. Hopefully you're out working off all the crap you ate yesterday and legions and magnums of champagne that may have been consumed.
And if you had a dysfunctional family holiday, knitting will ease your mind.
That's right.
Sit down and knit.
That's right. We got you.
Don't worry about the troubles.
Or send them this and be like, see, could be worse. You could be like
those
this.
Fun times. Now you just invite your friends. It's all fun. It's like, I need somebody dysfunctional.
Yeah, no, we got plenty of dysfunction, so just let us know. We'll send some your way. Have a fabulous week. We'll be back here next Friday with something else irreverent to talk about. Until then, stay safe, make good choices, or get good video, and have a fabulous week.
Bye.